bottles of codeine syrup. Yes, it's okay. Yeah. This was banned in 2018, and it was brought in concealed with building materials. We do not know the source, and our children will take this, and the children may die. Many of our children have died because of medicines that were brought into the country without our regulation. Thank you very much, sir. Building materials. When we did our raid in Onitsha, we found thousands and thousands of this, and we were trying to protect our health, my health and your health. Our children's health. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Chili water.
Please. Sorry, sir.
Again, concealment with chili cutters, with diclofenac sodium. We can make this in Nigeria. We are making this in Nigeria. We have what is called 5+5 policy. If you have been importing for years, and we can also make it in Nigeria, we gave 5 years in 2019, and that 5 years of grace ended last year. But they keep bringing it to destroy the trade in our country, and we will not tolerate that. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, please wait. The next question now. Yes. Continue.
Yes. Trodol is a product that we never registered. It can destroy the liver, the kidney of unsuspecting you and I. If it is too cheap to be true, it's not true. If it is too cheap to be true, it's not true. Please go to reputable pharmacies to buy your medicine.
Criminals who want to endanger our health out of business, I want to have this special recognition for you, and I want to thank you most sincerely for accepting to come out of your comfort zone in Lagos to come to Onair this afternoon. Please, I want you to help me welcome her with a resounding applause. Directors from NAFDAC, both from headquarters and the various ports, and other senior officials accompanying the DG, heads of agencies here present, members of my delegation, permit me to use an abridged protocol list for the sake of time. About 2 weeks ago in Abuja, Nigeria Customs Service and NAFDAC took one major step to begin the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding that has been consummated between the two agencies in November 2024. This committee that was set up would serve as the major arrowhead to superintend and manage our joint action against illegal importation of unregistered products into the country. I'm happy that 2 weeks into this is the second time that we are coming out to jointly inspect and hand over goods that have offended the various laws, particularly goods that are not registered and that are fake products. And in accordance with the provisions of the Customs Act and our mandate on public accountability and stakeholder management, I hereby convene this briefing to formally appraise the general public of the significant anti-smuggling operations which have been undertaken by the Port Harcourt II Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service. I want to assure members of the press that we will continue to maintain steadfast commitments to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policy objective of securing our borders, protecting public health, and safeguarding national security. Our anti-smuggling operations align directly with the administration's comprehensive approach to combating transnational organized crime and ensuring that Nigeria's border remain impenetrable to criminal enterprises seeking to compromise our national sovereignty. And building upon our established operational success, the service, focusing on high-risk corridors and ports of entry, we have intensified intelligence-driven operations across all commands, particularly our ports. Our partnerships with sister agencies, including NAFDAC, NDLEA, and Office of the National Security Advisor, operates under established memoranda of understanding and joint operational frameworks that have demonstrated enhanced enforcement capabilities. And pursuant to Section 246 of our Act, the Nigeria Customs Service Act, and in exercise of powers conferred therein, the Port Harcourt Area 2 Area Command has executed a series of targeted interdictions that underscore our operational efficiency in protecting Nigerian citizens from infiltration of prohibited substances. The command has successfully intercepted a total of 16 containers with an aggregate duty paid value of 20,549,999,200 naira only, as calculated in accordance with service evaluation protocols. An analysis of these seizures reveals sophisticated concealment tactics and systematic attempts to circumvent established import protocols. 11 of the containers were found to contain illicit pharmaceutical products comprising 1,301,000 bottles of codeine syrup, 9,300,000 tablets of really extra diclofenac, 12,600,000 tablets of royal tapentadol/tramadol in the category of 225 milligram, 3,500,000 tablets of Trodol in 5 milligram each, 210,000 tablets of Ayedra in 200 milligram, and 717,316 tablets of Bisovo G and 2,200,000 tablets of Bazooka in 50 milligram each. All of these forbidden items were strategically concealed within legitimate consumer goods, and the items used to conceal include 9,280 pieces of chili cutters, 118 pieces of ceiling fans, 2,610 pieces of plumbing materials, 2,268 pieces of smart tech vehicle parts, 97,200 tins of tomato paste, and 700 cartons of cream. This modus operandi represents a deliberate attempt to exploit legitimate trade channels while evading regulatory scrutiny. The potential impact of these illicit pharmaceuticals on public health and national security cannot be overstated. Unregistered pharmaceutical products pose severe risk, including drug addiction, compromised health treatment outcomes, and the facilitation of organized criminal activities that strengthen community safety and national stability. I therefore convey my formal commendations to all officers and men of Port Harcourt Area 2 Command, led by Controller Mohammed Babandede, who through their vigilance, professionalism, and dedication to duty successfully executed these complex interdictions. Again and again, as they have done this before, this action, which they have done, exemplify the core values of the service and demonstrate our collective commitment to protecting Nigerian borders and citizens. The Nigeria Customs Service reaffirms its commitment to supporting President Tinubu's security and economic transformation agenda through enhanced border management, strengthened interagency collaboration, and sustained anti-smuggling operation. We will continue to deploy all our resources at our disposal to ensure that our borders remain secured against those who will compromise our national health security and economic prosperity for their selfish criminal gains. We also like to use this opportunity to serve notice to all criminal networks attempting to use our borders for illicit activities. The Nigeria Customs Service, in partnership with NAFDAC and other sister agencies, would maintain a zero tolerance for smuggling operations, and we pursue the full weight of the law against all perpetrators. Already, we are beginning to get successful prosecution against these agents of evil. We will not relent in these efforts. As I promised in this place before, we will look for the accomplices who are working with us in the customs. And if we are able to get any of them, we will make them answerable for the offenses they have committed. However, while we do this to our officers, we will not let other stakeholders, whoever they may be, whether they are customs agents, whether they are bonded terminal operators, or in whatever capacity they are in the international supply chain, we will come after you and we will bring the full weight of the law against you. I thank you for your attention. Of understanding that was signed between Nigeria Customs Service and NAFDAC, and in furtherance to the pursuit of national health and the removal of unregulated pharmaceutical products, illicit drugs from Nigeria. I, Bashir Adewale Adeni, Controller General of Customs, hereby hand over 11 containers of illicit pharmaceutical products to NAFDAC for further agency work.
It is my distinct honor to welcome you all to this important and timely event. Today's handover ceremony represents not just an act of administrative duty, but a firm demonstration of the partnership and the commitment between the Nigeria Customs Service and NAFDAC to safeguard public health and uphold the highest standards of consumer protection. A few days ago, the CG Customs was personally at our head office in Abuja in his drive to explore better ways of collaboration in the fight against the importation of fake, unwholesome, substandard, and falsified NAFDAC-regulated products. Just last week, we were again at Apapa Port to receive for destruction 25 containers of unwholesome medical devices, such as breast enlargement devices and other substandard medical products. The consignment being officially handed over to NAFDAC today comprises food items, specifically tomato paste, that were brought in disguise and concealment of pharmaceutical products. This was imported without necessary regulatory approvals from unauthorized sources and suspected to be unwholesome and unfit for human consumption, which the importers could not succeed to smuggle out of the port till it expired, and therefore unacceptable for entry into our markets. This handover underscores a critical message that our borders are not open to compromise when it comes to the safety and well-being of all of us. When it comes to the safety and well-being of all of us. On behalf of Governing Council of NAFDAC, the management and staff, I would like to thank the CG and his diligent officers for their vigilance and collaboration. Their work at the front lines of import control is indispensable in preventing potentially harmful products from reaching our shelves. The proverb is true that when a stone is thrown into the market, everyone is at risk of losing an eye. All of us are at risk of losing an eye. This effort is therefore not for the sake of NAFDAC, but for the well-being of our parents, our relations, and even unborn children. Let me also assure the public that as a WHO certified maturity level 3 regulatory authority, NAFDAC as internationally certified laboratories, as well as sufficiently trained, inadequate though, staff, dedicated and disciplined in all its directorates to undertake due diligence in the areas of facility, good manufacturing practice inspection, laboratory testing, and other regulatory procedures to guarantee that our regulated products are certified as fit and wholesome, to allow for importation, exportation, distribution, advertisement, sale, and consumption. I have on several occasions warned the merchants of death and their evil partners both at home and abroad that under our watch, substandard and fake food and drug products will not be allowed access to our people. Recent threats of death, kidnapping of our staff, and other attempts to dampen our zeal will continue to fail, because God, as well as our people and the customs, are on our side. We encourage all well-meaning Nigerians to partner with NAFDAC by reporting all suspected cases of manufacture, importation, distribution, or sale of fake and substandard products to us through our offices nationwide, or better still, through our various social media. Expired and unwholesome products pose a grave danger to an unsuspecting populace. The initial allurement of procuring a cheap, prepackaged food is quickly overrun by the fatal consequences of consumption of unwholesome substandard food. The danger of the use of such as animal feed additives is the fact that it all comes back to humans, the final consumer. The environmental impact of destruction of substandard products shows evidently in the permanent destruction of our environment, groundwater, and atmospheric pollution. So this case that we are on, what we are fighting against, is not just our health, not just environmental pollution, it is also trade. When substandard falsified medicines or products come into the country, the local manufacturers are denied access to the market. And that is part of what President Tinubu is fighting against, to ensure we have strong products made, quality products made in Nigeria. The global best practices for handling substandard products is to return such products back to the country of export. That is why I'm very, very happy that the CG is now the chairman of World Customs Organization. Faced with the dangers enumerated above, the agency is always at the forefront of advocacy against importation and distribution of substandard and unwholesome products. And we are extremely glad to partner with Nigeria Customs Service in this onerous task for the good of our nation and generations to come. Today is a reminder that food safety, drug safety, medical devices safety, name them, is a shared responsibility. And through strong institutional cooperation, such as what we are observing today, we will continue to build a safer and healthier nation. Safer, healthier, and wealthier nation. I want to thank the members of the public for their continuous cooperation, as well as the dedicated and disciplined staff of NAFDAC for their commitment to safeguard the health of the nation, without whose dedication our achievements will not be realized. Thank you very much, and God bless Nigeria.